Hello, my name is Verxy and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about Deepwoken, big surprise, and how some of their updates, although they are good, are counterintuitive to, the longevity of the game. And I'm going to have the goopy emote in this section going on the entire time. I'd have some B footage or some, something rolling, but I'm lazy and I don't want to edit right now and it's like 11 p.m. So that's what I'm dealing with. Why I haven't been uploading in a bit? I've been dealing with work in college, stuff like that, and and with reasons I'm going to show you right now. So I'm gonna get a little dark right now, not figuratively, but visually, because I'm gonna be looking at some of the updates that they have been doing for Deepwoken. And these are updates that are good. These are good for the game, but they're also kind of bad. So things like Unbound unlocks, let's say. Core attribute unlocks, strength, int, fortitude, agility, charisma, will, are now permanent unlocks for your account. When you reach 75 with the permanent unlock, you automatically get the Unbound talent. Beating any major boss, now uncaps your weapon stat. Vigil quest still works for the uncapping, but is no longer the only option. Beating Chaser or the Ferryman now uncaps your element as well as the Duke. These are all great changes, which I'm happy to be here. However, it also reduces the grind and the tedium for the game, which is a good thing. But it's also reducing the amount of time you have to spend to power up a level 20 slot. And once you reach power 20, there's not much else to do, right? So that's why I haven't really been playing, even though these updates have been good and so on and so forth. So I come back when verse 2 comes back and there's a bunch of new stuff for that, and that's all cool, but there's no real incentive to keep playing after I'm like power 20. I guess it's for PvP, but that's not something that really, irks me. I enjoy it every now and again, but it's not really something that I really play Deepwoken for. I play it for the progression and, things like that. And once I reach power 20 on a slot and, do the builds I'd like to do, I don't really see a reason to play anymore, and that's why I'm not really playing. Other things like this, like the reduction from power 60 to 20 during the verse 2, that was also something that I did appreciate because the grind was I didn't ever had a power 60 slot before, but now I've had multiple power 20 slots. But now I'm playing the game less, right? I don't have to spend as much time to get to that point, especially because I've been getting better at the game with being able to trial a one and so on and so forth. But these are updates which are good for the game, but are bad for um, the replayability in a sense that you're going to spend less time getting to that point. And when you spend less time getting to that point, there's less incentive because you are getting to the point more often. You don't if it's not as hard, it's not as difficult. It doesn't spend as much time doing that. If it's easier, you're gonna get more of those, and that makes it so you don't spend as much time doing that. I know I'm rambling, but I hope you get my point. Um, and oh my god, he's going crazy over there. But although the content updates have been good, there's quality of life updates every now and again. Balance updates every week, and maybe a new talent every week. But that's I don't feel like enough to warrant a continuing playing the game. That I at least for me. Some other people they might find like, oh dude, I want to try the new talent that kid just came out, but I prefer to sit, not get myself burnt out, or unburn myself out, and then come back to see a bunch of new stuff in the game and do like that. And I think what needs to happen is that um, power needs to go back up, not to 60, but maybe 30, and that there are new things to do with that power. Maybe it's a new unlocking system, like um, once you reach power 20, that's your power, but at level, power 20 to 30, there's new things to get, right? There's special things. Maybe you get double unbound your element or whatever, or it doesn't have to be anything special. Let me. Okay, for a second I thought there was like a thing down there. Hold on, let me go back to doing this. All right. Um, but yeah, there just needs to be more content in the game, basically. And I know that's crazy, and I said this before in a previous video, that I'm asking for more content in a game like Deepwoken that already has a good amount of content, but it's just what needs to happen in order to get the player base back up. And let me check the player base real quick. I'm gonna guess it's sitting at a nice 5,000 right now, 6,400 at 11 p.m. on a weekend. So it's not the highest it's going to be for this week. Maybe it'll go up to 8K. But, it's not like verse 2 where it was like 30K. But I'm not saying Deep Woken's dead. It's just in a lull, which is going to happen. It's going to be in a lull until new content comes out, and that's what I'm basically saying needs to happen. But for the longevity of the game, for that new content, there needs to be, I believe, a new levels or a sort of new system to upgrade as well. The oaths that we got were great. They were great additions. Either expansions on those or a new system. I'd probably prefer an expansion on the system that we have, or the power idea that I had. An extra power up between, like, it'd be harder. You'd have to do special trials to do. It'd be arduous to get these, but they would be worth it, right? You'd get special talents. You get special talents between these power 20 through 30 levels. And things like maybe if you're capped out in a certain stat, you get the extra superpower thing for, like, you get a special what is it called, mantra for each element or something. New elements would also be great, and I believe they are adding new ones, which is good, which is very good. But either new power system or a new system on top of, like, oaths and stuff like that to continue progressing is what I need to say. Is that they need to, when they're removing all this progress, they're removing all this stuff to make it easier to progress. They need to fill it back with something so you spend as much time, but it's not as tedious. It's still fun content that you still want to go through, but you're not spending, hours upon hours at, this place to grind for levels or power in Deep Woken. And you want to they've been reducing the grind, but they need to fill it with other meaningful content that supplements the game. And that's basically what I'm saying. I know I rambled a bit. I don't really usually do a script because I'm lazy. But it's been a while that I did a video, so that's it. If you have any comments or anything, be sure to leave them down below. Otherwise, I will see you when I feel like making a video. Peace out. Goodbye. Have a good one.